What's going on, guys? It's Z here. I'm going to give a little peek inside of my head of why I took the trades I took this week, and just kind of a post-market analysis of what I looked at to enter these trades, right? So looking at the NASDAQ, I ended up using a couple confluences to get into the two trades that I took on Thursday at 6 p.m., which was right when market opened after the closing that day because of Jimmy Carter's wake. So I kind of drew my fib levels. So I use a Fibonacci retracement. I drew it from the last low to high, so I'll kind of redraw it right now to just show you how I do that. Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high. So this was an area, so when I draw Fibonacci, I'm not going to really go full into detail of explaining what Fibonacci retracement is. If you know what Fibonacci is, it's key levels from one point to the next. So me drawing this from the low to the high, right, from the last low to high, really gives me these key levels right here in price where we might get a reaction or rejection from. So watching those levels, it kind of helps me with my bias of where I want to see market go or where I think the market's going to go. So now dropping on lower time frames, dropping the 15-minute, as you can see, we were closing below this 618 level. So like we were holding under this 618 level, this red level, blue level right here, this line right here. And I was watching as market opened, and I actually never really do this right as market opens, but it was a clean setup I saw as we held under this 618 level and rejected it again. As market opened, let me go to 5-minute now. I'll show you the exact time market opened and what happened. So as market opens right here, as you can see, it was closed at like 8:30, 9:30 today. And then at 6 p.m. as it opens, we open right at my 50 SMA. So seeing that and it rejecting that, I ended up thinking that this was going to be holding under the 618 a little longer. And I had this purple box drawn up of an area of interest where if we start breaking below that, my next target would be where this purple trend line was. So I drew this trend line just based off of these last lows where we couldn't break below, right? So this was a trend that we were holding. And as we broke below this purple box, I entered sells, anticipating it to come from here to here. So from the purple box to the trend line. And that's exactly what it did. I was targeting about 42 points, right? So I made about like 140-ish bucks with like 2 contracts, and 2 to 3 contracts made like 140 bucks on a 40-point scalp, and was happy with that. You know, that was my first trade on all these accounts that I just activated. So it was 148 bucks or 138 bucks times 5, or times 6, because I'm using Buell Knox as well. So really what I wanted to look for was a what happened at this trend line, right? So we came right down to the trend line and reacted off of it and actually closed up. So I was really just trying to see what would happen at this area if we would break back up and just like reject off of it back to the 618 area and watch what it does from around there. Or if we did break the trend line, I would like to see a break and retest, and that's exactly what we got. We closed below it, pushed down more, and came back up to retest this trend line as a resistance from what it was as a support before. So that being said, I got in right here for more sells. So I sold the NASDAQ again and held that. And really, I just put my stop loss right above these trend line, this purple trend line, because if we did push and break back above it, I would think that we would come back up to the 618. So I wouldn't lose so much, risked about 150, 200 bucks. But that move ended up playing out, and it came right down to my TP. Now, going on the minute, I want to kind of show you what I did to scale into this position. If I can find, there it is. So to scale into this position on the minute, I got in right about here as we were retesting it. Got a little early, but that was all right. Held it, and then as we started coming to the 50 SMA on the minute, we rejected that nicely, came down, moved my stops in profit. So my stops are in profit right here. This is all in the video that I posted previously as well. So I put my take profit here to make about 75 bucks if it did pass there. And then it dropped from there, and I had a sell stop in here. So at the break of this candlestick, it would enter me in one more contract to then move down. But in my eyes, I saw that if we broke this area, it would probably be with volume and push down to my TP anyway. So it was just a way that I scaled in to gain that extra $30 or $40 on the account. And after these two trades, I made about 446 bucks on the account. And that was on each account of the 5 accounts. So as I show you here, this is the platforms I use to trade off of. On TopStep, I have 5 accounts, and on Buellnox, I have 1. So I have 5 50K accounts on TopStep, 1 50K on Buellnox, so about 300K of assets under management total. And really, it's nice because all of this is built in. So like on these platforms, they have a built-in copy trader. So my 1 leader account, I just trade 1 50K account, and that's my leader account, and it will copy trade all these other 4 accounts, meaning I only have to focus on this one account and trade this one account, and it will take the same trades on all the other accounts. And for Buellnox, I have to enter in a trade. That's why I have 2 separate platforms. It's with another firm, so I have to enter a trade separately on this side, but it's just me clicking sell and sell here, or buy and buy here. So it really only takes an extra few seconds. But I do plan on having multiple accounts with Buellnox. I'm maxed out with 5 already on TopStep. That's all they allow us to have. On Buellnox, I'm allowed to have 11. So I ended up passing 5 accounts on Buellnox. So I have an additional 200K in assets I'm ready to activate soon. I just activated 1 to make sure that everything was the same, and it's the exact same. So I have 4 more accounts. I can only activate 3 at once. So I plan on activating 2 more very soon. But it's the same platform. I love this platform. It's Project X. For TopStep, it's called TopStep X. Very clean platform. I was a Forex trader, so I used Trade Locker, and it's very similar. A stop loss and take profit, I could just drag, and it will tell me how much my profit I'll lose or gain. And it's very simplified. I love this platform. So yeah, man, that's the goal. And really just staying consistent every day, showing up, hitting my profit target of anywhere from 300 to 500. I really told myself that's something I wanted to focus on. And I'm trying to stay disciplined enough by recording myself so I can see what I'm doing wrong and right, and to hold myself accountable to do that. Because as I gain more capital through all these firms, the less of profit I have to make and the less that I have to risk, right? My goal is to be a risk manager before I'm a trader. Really manage my risk so profoundly that even after multiple losses, I'm still able to try to come back with quality setups. So, but by being able to do that and gaining more capital, instead of me trying to make $1,000 on one 50K account with a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? Risking 1,000 to make 1,000. Now here on one account, I only have to risk $200 to make 200, but across all 5 accounts that are plus 6 accounts, it's over 1,000 made by only risking 200. So my goal is to diversify myself throughout multiple prop firms. I could have 5 on TopStep. I'm already maxed out here. 11 on Buellnox. I already have 5 passed. So my next goal is to get a payout so I can reinvest back in myself and activate these Buellnox accounts, as well as buy some test accounts on Apex Trader Funding, which that firm allows me to have 20 accounts. So my goal is to stay consistent with $300 to $500 profit each day, and really just build an arsenal, an army of accounts, right? Because if I could just make $400 a day over and over these next 2 months, I'll have up to 10, 20 accounts that I can activate and that will be active. I'll have payouts already from TopStep. I'll build a buffer in these accounts, and a $400 day on 20 accounts would be an $8K a day. So that's where I'm headed. I'm documenting all this. You guys can watch my journey as I grow. I appreciate you guys tuning in and just showing some interest in my journey, and I appreciate it. Until next time, peace.